Let's talk a little bit about the frog hopper. This is a pretty basically a straightforward ride here. What you want to do basically is you want to compare these three things, right? What you measured, right, with your accelerometer, right? Okay. So you took your accelerometer on the ride, and the little thing moved up and down, and you measured g-force, right? Okay. You can also do video analysis, and I have another video showing you how to do this, where you can figure out the vertical g's. And what you do basically is you just click on it when it goes up and down and up and down. Make that graph into a velocity versus time graph by clicking on this axis, right? Do a y velocity versus time, right? And then just take some section of dots like that, right? And grab it. And the slope of velocity versus time is acceleration, right? Slope equals acceleration. Okay, and then what you can do is you know, of course, the g force that you're going to read on here is, if it's not accelerating, is 9.8, right? If you're accelerating positively, right, if that acceleration is positive, then you're going to read more than that. So if it's 2 meters per second squared positively, right, you're going to read 11.8, right? And if it's 2 meters per second negative, right, then you're going to read, what, 7.8 or something like that. That's what this is going to read, and that's also what the accelerometer is going to read, right? So the three things you could do are look at the LabQuest data, right? And if you compare these three things, what you measured with your accelerometer, your handheld one, what the video analysis does, and what this does, then you're super duper, right? Keep in mind that. What was I going to say? When you're talking about acceleration, right? There are two ways to have a positive acceleration. You can either start moving up, right? Or you can stop moving down. Both of those are positive accelerations. So that's sort of an interesting thing, right? And there's two ways to have a negative acceleration. A negative acceleration is either you start moving down, right, or you stop moving up. So look for that on this video. It's kind of a cool thing. Other than that, it's really pretty straightforward. Let me show you on the website, right? You can, if you go here and you go to Oaks Park and you go to the frog hopper, right? If you click in here, those things, those CMBL files, those things are the vertical, right? The vertical acceleration. Let's look at one from this year. Let's see what it does. So I'm going to go, what you have to do on this thing is I have to go click, and then I have to go save link as, and download. So I want it there? No, I want it there. And I want it in Oaks Park data. There we go. And then I'm just going to open that thing up. Don't save. I don't need to save it. Okay, so here's our what we get on this, and that's kind of interesting, right? That we get these accelerations, and here are the super duper ones, right? So you can look at this. We're predicting here that you actually have, and this is of course negative accelerations, right? Like, woo! So you can look in there, and you ought to be able to get downward accelerations, it looks like, of about 5 meters per second squared. It looks like the upward accelerations are really pretty large on this, right? I mean, this upward acceleration here looks to be 10 meters per second squared, roughly there, and close to 20, which is kind of a lot, right? So anyway, that's the sort of thing you can do.